welcome to another edition of All Things Universal Orlando. Today, we're going to be looking at the top 5 reasons you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Hey everybody, thanks for watching once again. Before we get started, I want to remind you to like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be made aware every time we have a new video. We're going to be getting back to the resort reviews, and we only have a few more, and this one I've been kind of waiting on because I wanted to really think about it, because I'll just flat out tell you, Cabana Bay Beach Resort, not my favorite resort. In fact, I would go so far as to say that of every resort or hotel option that Universal offers, this is probably my least favorite. That being said, I certainly recognize that I am in the great minority there, and that most of you watching this and most people who've been there or stayed there, even just walked through there, really like it. And there are a ton of things to like about it. And so that's why I'm going to break down what I think are the top 5 reasons that you should be staying there. But understand something. This really isn't one of my favorites. But I'll try to give you a fair take and give you an honest assessment of why I think you should stay there. So let's get right to it.
Great Scott, number 5.
Number 5, swimming pools. Cabana Bay, in my opinion, has 2 of the better pools offered at Universal. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of truists or a lot of traditionals really like the Hard Rock pool, and the Hard Rock pool is a great pool, has a great slide. I've done that review and I'll put a link to that at the end of this video so you can see that for yourself. But Cabana Bay has 2 pools that offer some pretty neat things. I think, if I'm not mistaken, other than Portofino, this is the only property that offers 2 swimming pools, and Portofino has 3 actually. Both pools have a 0 entry and a sand beach, which is pretty standard nowadays in Florida resort hotels or resort pools. The North Courtyard pool is huge, 10,000 square feet. It's the pool that has that retro-looking water tower with the slide that goes right through it, a 100-foot water slide, which is also pretty impressive. Again, the slide at Hard Rock is, I think, better, but this is a pretty nice option. The South Courtyard pool is 6,000 square feet, and this pool in and of itself is just big. There's really nothing special about it until you get to the lazy winding river, which is a very nice feature. In fact, it is, to me, the best feature of all of their pools. But there's a downside to this. See, the one time that I was there, I went down expecting to be a part of this pool, and I found out you have to pay, at the time it was $7 to rent an inner tube to get in it. And I wish I had known that prior to getting to the pool, because I didn't bring my wallet with me. And so I wasn't able to pay, and I wasn't going to go back to my room to get money just to rent an inner tube for $7 to float around the pool. Especially when I had passes to Volcano Bay, which was right across the street, and I could do that without the hassle. But it was still nice, and it was a great feature, and the people who were doing it were clearly enjoying it. They also offer some really cool bars or restaurants, poolside service food for both of these pools. On the north side, you have the Atomic Tonic, which serves up primarily, it's just a bar with alcoholic beverages, but on the South Courtyard, you get the Hideaway Bar and Grill. And food is going to be on this list somewhere down the road too, so we'll talk more about what those two food options have to offer. But the number 5 reason you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort are the swimming pools. I will say this, amazingly crowded. I didn't enjoy my time at the pools because they were so crowded, and we went into a very non-peak time in mid-September, and it was still so crowded, we stayed there for maybe a half hour before we're like, let's just get back to the room. This isn't really fun. There's too many people here to do what we wanted to do or do what we would like to have done. So understand that Cabana Bay is a crowded resort, and that's part of the downside. But the pools, they're the number 5 reason.
Number 4, boop boop doo boop.
Number 4, all of the amenities that Cabana Bay Beach Resort has to offer are amazing. You have the standard things that you get with all Universal properties, early park admission to the Wizarding World, also Volcano Bay an hour early. The benefit of that in particular is that this resort is right across the street. You can literally walk across the street, get into Volcano Bay at rope drop, and do a lot of things in that first hour. For example, the one time we did that, we were able to get on the Aqua Coaster 3 or 4 times before anybody else was even in the park. And because it's such a popular ride, popular attraction, you sometimes don't get to do that without a really long wait with the virtual queue. But we were able to do it multiple times. It was fantastic and a nice feature. Location is very good as far as the amenities. Like I said, it's right across the street from Volcano Bay, but it's also right across the street from Sapphire Falls and right across the street from Aventura. So if you don't want to take the shuttle to get to one of the parks, you can walk to one of these parks and take the water taxi. So that's a nice option as well. So transportation is a nice amenity as well. Friday nights, they have character meet and greets, usually the Minions, and that's a pretty cool thing if you have little kids. And when you go to Cabana Bay, you're going to realize how many kids there are in the area. But it is a theme park, and we should consider those things. But those are just the standard things. Where Cabana Bay Beach Resort has gone above and beyond is with things like the Jack LaLanne Fitness Center, Physical Fitness Center. And there's no charge to hotel guests. It's part of your room fee, and it's the best gym that Universal offers. I think it's an amazing thing. I'm not a gym rat, obviously, but walking by and seeing this was pretty impressive. And knowing who Jack LaLanne is, being old enough to remember that guy, they have captured the element of who that guy was. It's amazing and super impressive. But there's also the bowling alley, Galaxy Bowl, underneath the hotel, a 10-lane bowling alley, and it certainly does have that retro 60s feel, and they've done just an amazing job with that as well. They have probably the best game room at Universal Orlando. Back to the pool element, the pools are the amenities, but they also have the poolside movies that all of Universal Orlando resorts offer as well. So the number 4 reason that you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, all of the amenities. Too many, I've probably missed some. I've just tried to highlight the biggest ones.
Trina hop!
Number 3, dining. Coming up, we're going to be doing a countdown of the top restaurants in the parks as well as the top restaurants in City Walk. Dining is a huge thing for me. In fact, I enjoy City Walk and the dining at all of the restaurants there and the hotel resort restaurants and the theme park restaurants as much as I do any of the attractions. It's one of the big things for me when we go to vacation there. But number 3, dining, is something that Cabana Bay Beach Resort has done amazingly with. The Bayliner Diner is spectacular. It's like a mall food court. It's huge, it's enormous, and they offer a lot of things. Deli items, pizzas, burgers, salads, desserts, you name it, they've probably got it. Grab and go things. It's an amazing place. And again, considering that we're talking with the kind of resort that is geared towards family and practical pricing and those kind of things, there's something there for your kids to like. And most people staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort have kids, and this is a great, great food option for them. But they have the Hideaway Bar and Grill, which we talked about earlier on the pool side of things with the South Courtyard. Snacks, meals, frozen drinks, cocktails, beer and wine, that kind of thing. And then on the North Courtyard pool is the Atomic Tonic, which they do offer sandwiches, wraps, salads, kebabs, beer, wine, specialty drinks, those kind of things. But that's all great because it's poolside. Underestimated in here, underrated in this, is the Galaxy Bowl restaurant. It's really pretty good. It's better than your typical bowling alley food. You get the same kind of things, but a better quality. You get made-to-order sandwiches, hamburgers, pizza, chicken wings, those kind of things, and it's actually really good. Then you have, of course, the Swizzle Lounge, which is primarily just a bar for adults who want to maybe break away for a little bit. They have, of course, a Starbucks, as Universal has everywhere. But they also have a delivery option, a room service option called Delicioso's Pizza, which is pizza, salads, and desserts. And again, pretty good. So number 3 is dining. That's the 3rd reason you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort.
Number 2.
Number 2, and you knew this had to be on the list somewhere, is the value that you get. What you're getting for the money. The pricing of Cabana Bay Beach Resort is spectacular. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers, some room rates, and all of these things are based on a 7-night stay in September. And September is one of the lowest peak times that there are for Universal. But if you want to get just a standard room, you're going to pay $119.25 for an on-site resort hotel room. $119. Good luck finding that anywhere else at this quality. That's an amazing rate, and it's worth doing. If you want a poolside standard room, it goes up a little bit to $130.50. And if you like the pools, and like I said, there's 2 of them, this would be something you might want to consider paying for because it's simple, easy, quick access. If you want a Volcano Bay view, and I don't know that I would recommend this, the view is spectacular. We didn't have that, but we saw the Volcano Bay view from Aventura when we were up high, and that was amazing. But we didn't pay extra for that. If you want a Volcano Bay room, standard room, $138 at Cabana Bay, still a pretty reasonable rate for an amazing hotel, amazing resort with a good view. But here's what's the best part about this is the family suite option they have. $156.75 for a family suite that sleeps 6 people comfortably. Great rooms, great theming in the rooms. You'll see some of it on the green screen. They've just done an amazing job of making this practical, family friendly, and cool. So, price and value, those are the number 2 reasons that you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Now, I have an honorable mention before we get to the number 1, and I just talked a little bit about it, the family suites. I think this is Cabana Bay's best thing that they have. If you're a family that's been saving and saving and saving to take your family on vacation, this is the way to go. $156.75 to sleep 6 people. If you've got a large family or a lot of little kids, this is the place for you. I mean, almost 1/2 of Cabana Bay's 1,800 plus rooms are family suites. So they've designed this with that thought in mind. It's a 430 square foot room, sleeps up to 6 people comfortably. It has its own kitchenette area. There's a sliding partition for privacy, large bathrooms, and like I said, those price ranges vary from $156 to up over $200, depending on the time of year. So if this is something that's appealing to you, this is the way to go. If you've got a big family of 6 and you're on a budget, consider Cabana Bay Beach Resort. It's a fantastic resort. It's on site, something that you should consider doing if you have a large family. So the honorable mention are family suites. So before we get to the number 1, let's recap the top 5 so far. Number 5, the swimming pools. They have 2 of them. They're both amazing. They're both crowded, but they're both amazing. Number 4, all of the amenities. I think Cabana Bay Beach Resort has done this better in this resort than anywhere else. They have just put together tons of options, tons of fun things. It's a fun resort, and the amenities are the 4th reason. Number 3, the dining. Again, there's no real fine dining in this resort, but that's not the kind of resort this is, so I didn't expect that. But the food is good, it's practical, it's not ridiculously priced. You're going to pay a little more because it's a resort, but for a family of 6, it's an option. Number 2 is just the overall price and the value that you get staying on site at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Price and value is the number 2 reason. So here it is.
Hey, number 1.
The number 1 reason you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, theming. Best theming I've seen at Universal from the standpoint of resorts. Retro 1950s, 1960s vibe from the moment you pull into the parking lot and you see the insignia, it's just set up beautifully. It's just fantastic. All of the cars from that era that are parked outside that are in pristine condition. You walk into the lobby and it has that, not Brady Bunch feel, but kind of that retro look with all the furniture. It's amazing. Their creative designers have killed this. They have a bold color palette, perhaps the most extensive application of theming at any resort that they have. It's a sight to behold. I mean, it really is. From the rooms to the Bayliner Diner food court, it's hip, it's vintage, it's awesome. It is a property that truly looks like nothing else. Cabana Bay Beach Resort has killed it. Universal has done an amazing job theming this resort to appeal to somebody who wants a themed resort at a discounted value price. They've absolutely killed it. So theming is the number 1 reason you should be staying at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. So listen, before I wrap this up, I just want to say this. The primary reason I'm not a fan of this resort is it's always crowded and it's loud. No matter where you go, even in your rooms, it's loud. But it is a family-friendly resort, so let's not lose sight of that. So there's a lot of kids there. It's designed for kids. It's made for families, so families expect loud. I have a family, but when I go on vacation, I don't want it to be loud. I want to relax and I want it to be quiet. It doesn't offer the express pass as part of that package, and that's one of the primary reasons I wouldn't stay there. But even if it did, I still wouldn't stay there. I would much rather stay at one of the premiers, Royal Pacific, at any of them. When it comes to comparing it to another value resort, there's really only 2 options that you have to compare it to. One is Aventura, and the other is the Endless Summer. I've not stayed at Endless Summer, so I'm not going to talk about that one. I have stayed at Aventura. There's no comparison. I would stay at Aventura every time, 10 out of 10 times over Cabana Bay. It's themed also well. It's tech friendly. It's still friendly for my kids. I have a 14-year-old daughter. You've met her. You've seen her. She did the Horror Nights video with me. And she always goes. I also have a 23-year-old son who, by the way, is getting married. I'm pretty happy to tell you about that. And we're excited about that as well. But listen, what I'm getting at is this, getting back to this resort. For me, Aventura is a better discount or better value hotel than Cabana Bay Beach Resort. But that's me. So listen, thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe, the bell notification, so you can be made aware every time we have a new video. And listen, I want you to do me a favor. I got a friend, he's a YouTube page, I'll put a link to it here. It's called That T-Cat. He does animations, he does an amazing job. I'm gonna be doing some voiceover work for him on that channel, some collaborative things. He works with other people, so if you like and subscribe to his channel and contact with him, he'll contact you back, and he might use your voice or something like that in a video. Worth checking out. That T-Cat. He's a YouTuber, one of my better friends. Go check out Travis on That T-Cat. Hey, go bless somebody else today.